Please, sir. I want some cock. Cock!
Hello guys, Mr. Echo here with a new video. This is an update on my league start. We are in hardcore solo self-found Necropolis league and we hit level 100 on our assassin. So the build is very simple. We are playing double cock. So we are using rain of arrows of saturation to trigger one mana force setup, and in my case, my current mana force setup is my damage links. So technically, despite this bow looking as a 7 link, actually this is only a 6 link. This would be a proper 7 link if I had a chess piece 6 link. Then I could put my desecrate on a life tap, and these links would drop mana force, would drop a life tap, and I would get 2 support gems. So damage would increase a lot. That being said, I will use my death character, because this character is my second character. I do have a character that I ripped at level 96 that I was playing there. Almost exact same build, but this is the first character of the league, yes, and I farmed lab for over 5 hours. I couldn't get detonate that gem, so this character is using where is it? Volatile Dead of Seething, and because of the nerf they did, you don't do any spell damage. It feels really bad when it comes to some bosses, and if you're not using a lot of different corpses. I'm just checking if I have at least one corpse. So I'm pretty sure I was playing the entire time with only one corpse, nothing else on this character. So as you can see, it's only slave driver. Okay, it has a meat sack, so it's slave driver and a meat sack, nothing else, just 2 corpses. Basically what you want to have is 2 midnight bargains, void eye, and the level 20 ray spectre, preferably a chess piece from Delve, and you want to have either amulet with that attunement anointed, or you just pat here and then respec, so you can have 7 different spectres. So to start, we are not going to talk about the tier 17 spectres. Yes, these are the best of the line, but to start off you need garbage, yes. So from the league mechanic you get the meat sack, which is 400%, which is more than 360%, because most of the spectres will be capped at 360%. So what you will want to do is to get as many different ones as you can with the limit that you can. So you equip 2 midnight bargains, you equip the void eye, you put in the ray spectre level 20 gem there, anoint or allocate the pain attunement. If you have the chess piece, equip the chess piece, and you go to raise your spectres. So the first one I would do, obviously you wanna have meat sack, yes. If you can't get a meat sack, here's what you will do: go to Western Desert and you will spawn rattling cages. I don't have raised spectre here. At least I don't think so. So I can't target them. It's either a rattling cage or slave drivers. So you get this from here, and then you had the other version from prison. So that's 2. Now, if you go to Solaris Temple level 2, if you go... I just got a pad somewhere. If you get to these statues, you can see this Auric Colossus. So that's 3. But if you reset the zone or look for more, you can find our champion. So that's 4. So we are at 4 already. Now, if you go to Cathedral Rooftop in Act 5, which is here, you get Kitava's Herald. That's 5 spectres already. But while you're in Act 3 still, you can go to Marketplace. And you can get these giant statues. So you raise this as well. That's 6. But there are different versions. There's male, there's female, there's spear, there's a sword, yes. Work your way around. You will get the spectres to get yourself running. As I said, I've been playing this with only 2 spectres. This is very weird because I don't have the map device here. What the hell?
Stay vigilant.
So I will do a showcase. I don't actually have a good map to show it on, but let's run a tier 14 because I was playing hardcore. Let's not run any dangerous mods. It's just a showcase of mapping with just a 5 link, which is technically a 4 link, because this is running on Mana Forge with a live tab.
Halt, do not disappoint her.
And this one is using VD. Obviously, I will change the freaking MTX. I don't want to hurt my eyes. So this will do way less damage than the DD, because DD still has the spell damage on it regardless. I don't think so this character has phasing, or does. It just didn't proc. So there's no Atlas on this, so now it is done on softcore. Well, basically I just want to find the boss room, so you can see the damage of the inferior version. I didn't realize there's maybe. So that's damage in tier 14 with a fake 5 link. It does the job. Done. That being said, let's go over my actual character and all the gems we have. So my current trigger is Brain of Arrows of Saturation, linked with Inspiration, cast on Critical Strike support, Spell Cascade, level 1 only. You only want level 1, because if you raise the level, the area of effect will increase. means it will reduce the overlaps of your desecrate. It's very important for VD version, but it's not that important for DD. But you still want level 1 spell cascade, and of course there's desecrate here, level 20, nothing else on it. So, but if you have a 6 link, so this thing does not become your triggering skill. It will become your mana forge setup, because you will put in life tab here, and the 6 link will be mana forged. And what will happen with your main damage ability, which in this case is detonate dead of chain reaction, you will remove mana forged, you will add another damage support gem. It can be cruelty, inspiration, whatever. You obviously will put in inspiration, and then you will put something else. It's up to you what you want to put. Don't put elemental focus, at least on this version of the build, because I'm using the fire mastery for critical strikes do not inherently ignite, and we get 100% increased damage. Now, this bow is not great. It's just, it has cast on crit mod, so it's a 7 link. It's way better than whatever dogshit bow I was using on the other character, which is only minion damage, like crit strike chance, and I think crit multiplier crafted. And that's it. It's just a trash 5 link bow, which is just essentially 4 link. So we can go over the character sheet and what my character has. Obviously, all the resistances are capped. I take 30% less damage from crit damage. It's just, I took it because early on the mods from the league mechanic were really nasty, and it's like you couldn't do anything to skip it. So I wanted as much tank as I can get. That being said, this character has a very bad armor. It has okay evasion. Armor is very bad because yeah, this gear is not good. It's not good. It gives me suppression and all that, which is amazing. That being said, this character is main element immune. We are ignite immune, we are chill immune, we have freeze immune, and we shock immune, which is amazing for hardcore. So how do I get this? How do I acquire all this power on a low tier character like Assassin? So we have these boots. It has crafted chill avoidance, amazing. These boots are pretty good, to be honest. It has 55% chance to avoid being shocked. You get this from spamming essences. This essence of torment. So you spam this on your boots. You can use belt, whatever, yeah, to get the mod and something else good. So I've used Ether Ichors to get chance to avoid elemental elements. So this raises the bar even higher. And to finish off the shock avoidance, I am using the jewel, which is God knows where, which gives me shock avoidance, which is here. So just life and shock avoidance. It's Abyss jewel. Nothing too serious about that. Chance to ignite is here, and there's another one right here. This one is pretty good, gives me attack speed as well. This jewel is absolute garbage. It's being used only for chance to gain phasing. That's it. Because not being able to phase while you're mapping is horrible. Is horrible. Now, how does the build work? Because our detonate dead is on life tab, yes? It's triggered by mana forged. It is using 164 life. It triggers around 7 times a second. That's a lot of life you need to pay on a character that has no life regen whatsoever. So how do we do this? How do we get the life regen? Or how do we recover our life without killing ourselves? Very simple. This node here, it enables assassin. Thank God for that. But this node, you sustain pretty well. But because this is now on a 7 link, it costs so much life. You're sustaining yourself, but if you get a big hit, you might turn into some troubles. That being said, to sustain mana, because you need some mana, my triggering skill costs 1 mana. That's it. That's all I want. 1 mana. I have one singular craft of -7 to total mana cost, and I crafted reduced mana cost here to achieve this 1 mana. If you can't craft reduced mana cost, you just spec this. It's enough. It's enough if you're running this stupid 5 link. It's enough. Don't forget to have inspiration level 20 and 20 quality as well. That's just for your 5 link, yes, for your triggering skill. Make sure it costs at least 1 mana. If it costs 0, you do no damage. You do no damage because you will not trigger your mana forge setup. So we can look over the entirety of the gear. The bow is very simple. Cast on crit multiplier, accuracy. I got lucky. I hit accuracy and I was like, okay, I will roll with this. I'll just craft crit strike chance, call it a day, that's it. What you want to do is spam minion essences on this to get minion damage and cock, preferably multiplier or crit chance, and craft something else, for example, double damage when you focus, which is amazing. But now you need to press a button. And I play cock to not press more buttons. I play to press less buttons. Our helmet, just suppression, some chaos res, fist taken as nothing else. Amulet is absolute dog shit. This is really bad amulet. It's just crit multiplier, average life, 1 resistance. That's it. That's it. It's anointment for Undertaker, so I have more corpses, so I can have my chain reaction going on more times. Nothing too serious, right? Quiver. I crafted my quiver and my boots when I was 98 plus. Level 98 plus. I was really furious because I was running harvest every single map, spamming juice, and I just couldn't get anything decent, and this was the best I could get. That leaves me with open suffix, so I can craft frenzy charge on critical strike. It's the best I could do. The base is dog shit as well, but it is what it is. It dropped like this, and I was like, fuck it, let's go with this. Because every single one I was rolling on accuracy base. I was rolling these. Increased global accuracy rating. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get a shit. So I was like, okay, I'll just use this. Fuck it. The rings, Vermilion ring, some resistance, chaos res, and life, obviously, and one singular -7 mana cost. If you have a 6 link, you will need two crafts, and you will need to find a fine line between it, so it does not cost too much. Because if this costs too much, your desecrate will cost more as well. You need to keep that in mind. If it costs more, this one singular node might not be enough to keep your mana up. If you don't have mana to cast Desecrate, your Detonate Dead will not go off. You know how it goes. You lose damage. You don't want to lose damage. Or it can be your triggering skill might be using Detonate Dead of Chain Reaction, yes, which is vice versa. You get more damage. You obviously get more damage. Remember, it will cost even more mana. So you want to craft 2, maybe 3 of those crafts. Yes, but you need to find a fine line. So this costs 1 mana. You want this to cost 1 mana. It can cost more, but it's gonna be hard to sustain your mana with only this one singular node. The belt. The belt is pretty good. Good life, good resistance, open suffix to craft 12% increased cooldown recovery rate. And we have Abyss Jewel here with additional 2% increased cooldown recovery rate. This enables us the next trigger point for cast on crit. So instead of 6 crits a second, we going to 7 or whatever it is. Yes, we go to that. More cock, more damage. Simple. Gloves, resistance life. I crafted increased critical strike chance with some more damage on it. But you can craft accuracy if you need accuracy. I got really lucky with the accuracy, yes. Have on a bow. This ring is amazing. I hit accuracy and I was like, let's say I gotta use this ring as it is because it had resistance, it had chaos res as well. Although it's low, but it was usable. And I was like, I gotta go with this. So I have quite a lot of accuracy from this and this. If you have proper base here, you don't need this much accuracy, yes. I'm pretty sure I'm running level 20, not level 20, level 18 precision. I have 90 mana left. It's not a problem. Mana is never a problem. Let's go over the gems and everything I'm using. So, the triggering skill is, in my case, Rain of Arrow of Saturation. You can use Blast Rain. It's gonna work fine. Mapping will feel very weird, but you can start with that. Now, to start this build off, you will need at least 1 5-link. This build does not function on 2 4-links. It needs at least 1 5-link, and that's gonna be your life tap, Mana Forge setup. So it's gonna be life tap, Mana Forge, Rain of Arrows, Detonate Dead, and cock. Yes, and cock. I can't show it because it's a cock bomb. That's your 5-link. And your 4-link is be without this. Literally you're gonna play like this. So you will have Rain of Arrows of Saturation, cast on critical strike support, Desecrate, and Spell Cascade. You could drop down this and go like this, and it's up to you. You will get less cock, less chains going on. My flasks are... yeah, shit. My flasks are shit. How do you level this? How do you get into cock? So early on, I leveled with Stormblast Mines and Ooze, also known as Orb of Storms. Literally, I pad here, grab Trickery, I go down here, Elemental Focus, and then I go Cold-Hearted Calculation. Then if I feel like I need life, I spec life. If I don't feel like I need life, I go up. I actually went here just to spec into Elemental Mastery to have Inversion on. Because this is a crit build, I'm not reducing resistances, I just spec this on, bam. Inversion is amazing on like monsters that have elemental resistances raised. It feels great when it procs. The mobs don't feel that tanky. Despite us not having many damage nodes, it works pretty well for Ooze, because we will only use this until level 28. At level 28 we want to do Library in Act 3, we want to get Armageddon Brand from there, and then we swap to Cremation Armageddon Brand. Because of this mastery, obviously I'm not while leveling, I'm not using any kind of flammability, elemental weakness. I'm just using a mark. You can go with Assassin's Mark, you can go with Sniper's Mark, or Cremation will do most of the damage. I'm a lazy fuck, yeah? I don't want to press Wave of Conviction, spam it, 300 buttons while leveling. Fuck it, man. I put my Cremation, Armageddon Brands, couple Flame Walls. That's it. I don't want to press more buttons, yeah? I'm a lazy fuck. From there, it's very simple. I just went down here, went all the way down here. I spec Iron Will for some more damage, because at that point you're like Act 4, you're around Act 4 here, you like damage, you know, you want some damage. Spec this, because there's nothing else to spec. Your only damage nodes are these nodes. You spec that. Act 5, I wanted to finish with this node, so you level a little bit. Get this for some extra resistance, craft some better gear, equip some better gear, make sure you have good life enough, for after Kitava you have resistances. The next goal is very simple, go here, spec this, bam, more damage. After that, at some point when you have enough regrets to respec all this shit, because you want to respect all this shit, and you want to spec it here, because it's closer here and you get all these nodes. I played a lot without Spiritual Aid. It's nice to have. You will not need it once you get this, because by the time you get this, you're in like, you already done second lab, maybe you're done third lab as well, and after you've done third lab, you can actually swap if you want to cock. It's up to you. I did the swap, I didn't care. It won't trigger very often because you're missing some good gear, gem levels and all that shit. It was fine, but you need at least a 5 link, and you need these 2 nodes, at least these 2 nodes, to get yourself going. That being said, I'm using some tattoos. These are not very important. It's just hinder. I believe so. I have Maim somewhere. There's Maim. Just to slow down the monsters. It feels great. Because I do spell damages all the time. DD does spell damage. There's 2 potions, Corpse Explosion and spell damage. I have this, 30% reduced movement speed. Fucking amazing, man. It will trigger so fast because you're triggering so many spells. No problemo. The monster will be slower. Maim, same. You're fucking attacking, bro. You're attacking constantly. You have 2 attack setups, 1 Drain of Arrows and your Mana Force Drain of Arrows. Bam. another 30%. Defensively in hardcore, it actually feels pretty good because you slow down monsters, so monsters can't get to you before you kill them. Amazing. Early on, you might want to run this wheel instead of this wheel. This gives more crit, yes, but you lose attack speed. Now, if you have a bow with attack speed, this is not a problem. I don't have a bow with a lot of attack speed. If you have a bow with attack speed, spec here, no problemo. If you need more accuracy, just spec the accuracy mastery, press 500 to accuracy rating. Amazing. You can use more accuracy rating at close range, then you will need to be at close range. Although most of the time I'm at close range, because if you go too far, for example, I'm fucking here, yes, and my enemy is, okay, let's say I'm here, and my enemy is here. Brother, your mana forge setup will not target that. So you need to be, if you're here, then your mana forge will target this target. No problemo. So it's up to you which master you want to use. I recommend for consistency's sake, just use plus 500 accuracy rating. Done. Because you can use more accuracy against unique enemies. It's amazing against bosses, yes? But against rare monsters that have avoidance, yeah, brother, you're no good. Now, there's a fine line between attack speed. You need to find a very fine line. So, because of all the cooldown recovery rate, have 14 here, and there's mana forged with 10% increased cooldown recovery rate. So my mana forge setup is sitting at 0.4 second cooldown. For your own sake, your triggering skill cannot go above that. If it goes to 0.39 in my case, I will start doing very little damage, which is really bad for me. What I want is for this to go as little as possible, as close as possible to 0.4. How do we achieve that? Obviously, we get frenzy charges, so when we are mapping, we have frenzy charges to increase our attack speed. Amazing. What else do we get? So on the flash charges, as you can see, I don't have attack speed, because if I had increased attack speed, I would break the break point. This attack time would become more frequent than this. For example, if this becomes 0.39 seconds, that means I will attack twice and trigger this once. You can imagine, you're gimping yourself. You're losing double the damage straight away. So you want to get close as possible. So for example, 0.43, I believe so I have, attack time with Silver Flask up. It will trigger Rain of Arrows saturation every single time. Now you need to be mindful of the buffs in the map. I am not running any shrines on my Atlas setup. If there's acceleration shrine, you don't want to pick it up, because if you pick it up, you lose damage. It is what it is, but you lose damage. You don't want to lose damage. My Atlas setup is, as you can see, I only did Ether, because fuck Exarch. Honestly, the ball phase, yeah, fuck off. Sorry. I didn't bother completing many things. I just pushed 200. That's it. All this character needs to do is to blast fucking maps, and that's what it does. It blasts maps. So, a showcase of this character, which would do way more damage, like 40% more damage, if you use proper links. Proper links. Now, mapping very simple. You just open a map. Don't be rhubarb like me. We're gonna skip the harvest. Literally, all I have to do is press once. I press once. It goes off. You can see when I press, the mana force rain of arrows goes off. And it just feels good. It feels good to map. I'm not trying to go fast or anything. Literally, you can see everything just dies. Like, there's absolutely zero problems anywhere whatsoever. As you saw at the start of the video, I did this on a 5 link and it had no problems. Now, the bigger the boss, the more cocks you will have, the more overlaps. So keep that in mind. Obviously, my flash charges do run out, so I kind of slow down a little bit. When I have my flash charges, it feels pretty fast, especially with all the nickel shit you get in the map. It just feels amazing, you know. +3 to maximum all res. Just for having Nico on the map. Fuck that. You know, if I'm just mapping, just doing brain dead mapping, I'll take that, you know. You get movement speed from Nico, you get damage. It's amazing. If you're doing brain dead mapping, fuck it. Why not? And that's it. 2 minutes, the map is done. We also did Syndicate. It feels good. Pressing one button, killing monsters, it feels good. Now, can you make this better? You can. Your triggering skill can cost as little as possible. And your mana pool setup can be without life tap. You can do that. It is possible. And then you, from this node, you will actually have pretty good sustain just by attacking things. That being said, for me, a league starter needs to do one thing. Fucking blast. And this character did that. It shows 2 days, 1 hour. It took me 2 days and 20 minutes of playtime to reach level 100. It would have been so much faster, but all the way up to halfway to 98, I had to run harvest. Every single map I ran harvest. So, because I had to craft my gear. So I was struggling with the gear. It is what it is. I just wanted to have ailment avoidance, because before that I was earning this Pantheon. As you can see, nothing is fucking unlocked. Yeah, I didn't give a shit. I didn't unlock blind, didn't unlock maim. Same here. There's fucking nothing. I don't need anything because I get freeze from Arctic armor. It is what it is. Chill from the boots, and I'm only using this for cannot be stunned if you've been stunned. Because holy shit, I almost died once to the pack of monsters that stun too often. So like, okay, I need to drop this, which obviously is not unlocked as well, but it has some good mods on this, yes? So I was using this for quite a while. Well, when I almost died, I was like, yeah, I need some stun immunity. So I just press this. It's a temporary fix. It is what it is. My other Pantheon, god damn it, dots really hurt on this build. They do, at least on Assassin. If you play Inquisitor, fuck yeah, you have no problems with any dots, nothing. You don't even need to spec this node. It's useless for Inquisitor. You regen so much life. You have no problem. Now, do I recommend this for hardcore players? Despite me being in hardcore league, no, I don't. If you have an idea that you will do bosses on fucking 4-link, 5-link, yeah, smash the Atlas, you will not do bosses on 5-link. You will not. Assassin just does not have this sustain. You will die doing bosses. If you solve the sustain, you can do the bosses. Or if you have hands, you can do the bosses. In my case, I can't do anything, so it is what it is. Do I recommend this for softcore as a league starter? Fuck yeah, it comes online so easy. Majority of the maps, I was using this bow. A fucking dog shit. Absolute trash. But I was using this. It's just crafted minion damage and crit strike chance on a market bow. A market bow. And it was fine. No problem. You map, you blast. That's it. Shit base, shit bow. It just worked. This is some of my previous gear. Actually, it's this one maybe. I think it's this one. I think this one I was trying to craft. The boost was there for sure. I think I was using this and not this for more life. You can see that's my previous gear before I swapped to all this. It's shit gear. There's nothing good about this. You know, it's just harvest spam, chaos, res on amethyst string, get some res and life. Fuck it, call it a day, you know, decent ring. Let's go. Log in. Open prefix. Thank God. The bell, I was running this until 98. I was running this until 98. And it has 3 mods on it. 3 mods. You can blast this very easily. As a starter, this is amazing. It checks every single checkpoint it needs to do. Which is number 1, blast. Number 2, blast. Number 3, cock. The cock should be 1. But that's it. If people will want, I will make a proper leveling video and all that. You will only get a simple POB of my current character. It's absolute dog shit. It is what it is. If I went into POB on Spective Life Tap, Mana Forge and all that, it's like I increase my damage 40% more, 50% more, you know, I put in proper gems. Swap this bow for better bow, you know, you can get a lot of damage for fucking free, because you do damage based on the area level, on your desecrate level. It's amazing. Now, for all of the gems, let's go over all of the gem setup. Rain of Arrows, Fire Pen, Life Tap, Mana Forged, increased crit damage support, detonated of chain reaction. Molten Shell, cast when damage taken, Life Tap. It's not very efficient. I don't have a lot of armor, but I have VMS. It helps. It helps me. Precision. Level 18. You need to find a level of precision you can use. It might be too little, too low, depending on how much mana you have. How much increased mana you have on the tree. You can use higher level, you can use lower level. It's up to you. So Rain of Arrows, Inspiration, Desecrate, Spell Cascade, Cast on Crit. That's it. For the bow, I forgot. You have obviously Cast on Crit as well. Aura setup, Arctic Armor, Defiance Banner, Grace with Wild Grace, another button to press. It feels good to have this on when intervention pops up or whatever, or some difficult encounters. Determination. And other setup, Flame Dash, Assassin's Mark, Life Tap support, and Mark on hit support. Because I don't want to spend any mana for anything that is not unnecessary. Because if I trigger Assassin's Mark, if I trigger my Flame Dash without Life Tap, I'm spending my mana, might run out of mana, then my thing will not trigger. That's about it. It was amazing. It's actually one of the best starters I've ever had. And hopefully to more leagues like this, when I have a good league start, not a shitty one. That being said, thank you very much for sitting with me through this rant about cock. And stay funky, exiles.
Лайбоп и матрас в наших плеерах хардбас СПБ и МСК, наш проект два города. Пациков не прет обстеп, через бочку рубит Клэр. Люди себе